taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough as.
Well, we enter second week in the build-up to Turmoil. Everyone drafted, new stars activated, and now it's their opportunity. 6 big bouts, a main event #1 contendership for the tag team championships as well. Tune on into one of the most epic nights of breakdown action. Let's head to the ring for our opener, where everything is about to explode. Well, we're in Bournemouth, ready for a big episode of Breakdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Pure Wrestling Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
And well, the Amethyst belt holder, his home's only just down the road in Scotland. And well, tonight, he's got a big time matchup. Breakdown still the home, the land of opportunity to break out as a superstar. And tonight, that opportunity is coming thick and fast for someone. McIntyre. Giving someone a chance, a potential shot at his championship down the line in this title eliminator. And as the fires burn around him, who is gonna stop him in this title reign? Sandman briefly stole that title from him. Since then, he has been a dominant champion.
And his opponent from Wilmington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Miles Bourne.
This Randy Orton lookalike, looking ready to go to work. Miles Bourne stepping to the ring. Has probably the biggest opportunity of his career lined up in front of him here tonight. Reigning WWE NXT North American Champion. looks to add a notch to that career so far. But for now, the crowd behind McIntyre to start this one off. Collar and elbow. Locked up, and it's Bourne getting the better of the first push in. Forcing McIntyre into the turnbuckles. The second lockup goes in favour of the Scottish psychopath, who forces Bourne down, but trying to go for that fireman's carry, not going to work out for him. Bourne now on the offensive. Snap vertical suplex. Executing some nice tight maneuvers here is Bourne. Leaps up into the neck breaker, and he's got the champion down. Drew, though, going to be able to fight back. And that fight back starts with an Irish whip into the top turnbuckle pads. Followed up again, up, and oh, a big shot to the gut. Bourne tried to go over the top of McIntyre, but caught at the pass. McIntyre has landed probably the best shot of the match. Bourne up top, springboard moonsault, connecting onto Drew. It's an effective piece of offense when utilized well. And it seems that the modern day wrestler, a lot of them have developed the skills to, once in the blue moon, go for that kind of springboard, innovative offense. Just to really force the opponent into a guessing game of what needs to happen. It's a nice drop kick, connects there for Bourne. Tries to go down into that well once again, but McIntyre brushes it aside. The trading somehow still worked out for Bourne. Drew fighting back though. Champion scoops up his prey. Up and down in the corner with a bit of a snake eyes. And McIntyre lying in wait. Bourne, Irish whip. Sends the champion up and over the top. Crashing to ringside. Drew baiting it, sees Bourne in. As soon as Bourne exited that ring, McIntyre's quickly to his feet and quickly punishing his opponent. Crashing to the ground, McIntyre lands that flying offensive maneuver. And still punishing Bourne. I'd say brazenly diving into the offense. Back taken, gonna result in a headbutt. And McIntyre, reversed Irish whip. Not gonna put him into the stairs. Instead, Bourne dropping the elbow across the throat. Count of 7, the champion down. Is gonna get back up. And should be back in the ring. Indeed he is. He breaks it before the 9 comes through. Irish whip from McIntyre. A drop down. And a big spine buster. Bourne goes down. Into the drop zone, it seems, for McIntyre. Who drops the leg. And he's calling his shot, his moment to seize the opportunity. Glasgow Kiss gonna be blocked. And a spinning discus forearm cleave connects. Fireman's carry now for Bourne. Up, down, oosh-garoosh. As a header, McIntyre collides with that left knee. Then a cutter from Bourne connects. 1, 2. No. Not enough to put away the champion. Bourne able to toss McIntyre around a little bit. Was again going to the well. That springboard maneuver, I said it was good in small bursts, but when you've used it once already, it's kind of a clear option for your opponent to punish. And them knees went straight into Bourne's chest. And McIntyre, leapfrog, Claymore, lies in wait to hit the perfect shot. But it's only good for 2. Now the champion needs a little extra to put away Bourne. Toe-to-toe brawl in the center of the ring might be just what the doctor ordered for both men. An opportunity to take over, stun the opponent, become the aggressor. Blow for blow, Bourne somehow wins out on the trade. McIntyre goes down like a sack of spuds, and now Bourne leaping zigzag into the cover. 1, 2, and the champion able to kick out. Bourne looks for that Irish whip, but that drop kick, but gets sent on a nice little mosey into a belly to belly exploder. Bourne takes over. Flatliner. Drops the champion. Needs to keep the momentum rolling, and this could be the momentum builder. Fireman's carry. McIntyre out the back. Bourne probably looking for that Oosh-Garoosh. Now caught up top, powerbomb position. And McIntyre gonna happily oblige with a swirly. Champion continuing the pressures, and alley-oop. Out the corner cover here. 1, 2, 3. The champion wins. But look who's on the ramp. It's the Hurricane. And McIntyre's laying that championship down. Obviously, the Hurricane won that Rumble that earned him a #1 contendership bout. Clearly, he is setting his sights well and truly on McIntyre as they meet up here tonight. We'll see how this story develops next week, but for now, let's move over to our next bout this evening. Well, I heard heading into this bout that
The following contest is an 8-man tag match. Introducing first, representing the LWO from Cordoba, Veracruz, Mexico, weighing in at 190 pounds, Cruz del Toro.
a trade took place towards the tail end of draft week, and Solo Sikoa's end of that bargain has garnered an opportunity here tonight to compete in front of the masses. Obviously, we saw what Eve Torres gained in the form of Hank Walker from Primetime. Breakdown. They've gained something, but it isn't the LFI.
And at a combined weight of 625 pounds, Santos Escobar, Angel, and Berto, Legado del Fantasma.
Legado del Fantasma and Cruz del Toro working together. Obviously, the LWOs, Del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, former members of Legado del Fantasma. So, used to working alongside Santos Escobar. Then he split back off into the LFI and really looks to build momentum. But tonight, I got a feeling Solo's pretty happy with what he garnered in the draft trade, as he brings his boys to the ring.
978 pounds, Tamatonga, J.C. Mateo, Talatonga, and Tongalula, MFT.
The MFTs are in full force now on Breakdown. God reunited with JC Mateo and their big oos, Talatonga. The general manager as his bodyguards, as this monstrous lineup ready to back him up when needed. And the fact that he is making an entrance here tonight with them, it's certainly clear the alignment he has for himself. There's a few other names Solo can bring in that he utilizes effectively still on his roster. The fact there's the likes of Mark Henry, a man that he utilizes well in squashing naysayers, those asking for what's not deserved. And tonight, it's a chance for Legado del Fantasma and Cruz del Toro to maybe upset the wishes of the general manager. However, I have a feeling if that's the case, it's not going to end up well for them. Solo leaves his MFTs to go to war here tonight against this mishmash of former friends turned foes. As Talatonga starts it off for the MFTs up against Cruz del Toro. And he's already shaking off the offense coming out from him. An Irish whip. And a tag made. In comes Tamatonga. Big shot on the back from the God member. Del Toro continued to punish, going after Tongaloa, but cannot get high-flying offense rolling in front of the MFTs as Tamatonga gonna punish, leapfrogs over the attack, big backdrop. Coming through, he goes and opts for that cover early, which is gonna force Angel to break that pin up. Tama Tonga. He's cutting the throat. Charges in, but I believe gets caught by Del Toro. Cameraman's having a little off day, not allowing us to see that charging, regardless of the fact. Del Toro and Tama rolling here. Splash in the corner, going to be evaded. Instead of Poison Ranas, the outcome. Cruz Del Toro lands it, and he's going to get out of dodge quickly. Brings in Santos Escobar to the party, who's immediately being jumped by Tama Tonga. Irish whip. This time I've got a feeling Tama's going to charge in. No. I think that plan got squished once he collided with the referee. Big Gale not expecting that to happen. Now tag made. Berto into the pit. Sure. Not Berto. I believe. Yeah, no, it is Berto. Anywho. Tag out by Tama Tonga. Brings in Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo. Berto, though, hits the referee. She's down. Not gonna disqualify him. Wrong place, wrong time, and now Berto has control of the matchup. Tags out, brings in Angel. And the Legado del Fantasma lineup. Quick tags in and out of the ring. Leaping into the offense. Mateo can leap back up quite quickly, but caught in a Poison Rana as well. The MFT is really struggling to find a footing in this affair, as it has been the quick boys, the cruisers, connecting with the heavy shots at this part of the match, but they're going to eventually be slowed down, it feels, as Mateo, an Irish whip, belly to belly, just exploding into that one. We saw in the previous matchup McIntyre's variant of that maneuver, and a lot of difference there. McIntyre fell backwards with the opponent to deliver it. JC Mateo bolt upright. So a lot more power needed in order to toss his opponent. But in the same vein, it's a longer drop for Del Toro. Tama Tonga caught with a DDT as Umberto goes around the world to hit it. Ops attack in Angel, who's immediately flattened by Tama Tonga. Irish whip puts him in the corner. Tag once more. And Tama Tonga back into the flurry of offense. You have to feel, after having God sidelined over on primetime for it since their existence in IPW, Solo's been missing having his boys alongside him as Tama Tonga, big time powerbomb avoided here by Garza, who rolls through into the pin. Traded positions here, neither man able to get the other down for more than a 1 count. Back taken here by Garza. And a nice uppercut. A stiff shot to put Tama Tonga down. Irish whip once more, putting him into enemy territory. And now Tama forced to charge out of there. Brings Angel to the ropes, who springboards, trying to get that Hurricane Rana out the corner. Not gonna have his way. And Tama Tonga leaping in, splashing in the corner, this time able to connect. Has Angel hooked up, butterflied, but avoided by Garza. He drops Tama Tonga, and now sends him running once more. Again though, Tama, expecting what's coming, sends him out of the corner, and this time Angel is gonna get crushed by the big man. Leg drop off the top rope into a defenseless Angel Garza. Tama Tonga, welcome to the party. He's going to be sent crashing into the steps. The MFTs, they've found their footing finally in this matchup. But the code breaker here from Angel. He's taking over a little bit now. Irish whip reversed. Tama Tonga continues to chase down his prey. The issue is, though, we're at a count of 7. Make it 8. Tama Tonga gonna return to the ring before a count of 9. He's basically left his opponent cold and out to dry. The MFTs win this tag team matchup via countout. I have that sinking feeling that tag team matches are kind of broken. Only the AI could realize that. Either way, MFT's victorious here. We get a black screen of death. That's not good. They pick up the dub here. No solo needed. Well, IPW's Breakdown Showcase isn't just to give men their first shot in IPW. Women too can have it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing DIY from Riverside, California, Candice LeRae.
As it's time to showcase one of the greats from the indies. Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie, has become a phenomenal star, a tenured career filled with accomplishments. One thing that's been lacking over the past decade is championship success. Tonight, she's looking to correct her path and begin a sort of conquest towards IPW's championships. But to get there, there is but one thing standing in her path. As the orchestra kicks in, we welcome the Red Queen.
From Japan, the Queen.
Utami Hayashishita, one of the greats from Japan, making her way to the ring. And as late, we've seen a lot more of these quote-unquote Queen's Quest stars taking over here in this women's division. Primetime Sword, draft pick numero uno, the OGest of OGs for Queen's Quest, Io Sky, drafted number 1 over as a potential challenge for Fallon Henley. We also saw during the Rumble another name in that Queen's Quest ensemble that is very close to Utami in Seiya Kitawami. Those two obviously both competing in that Rumble. And tonight, her singles debut, Utami's looking to set her pathway in IPW alight. Already bringing some heavy knee shots to Candice LeRae. If you've never watched a Utami match, expect explosivity, suplexes aplenty, and that scary Argentine backbreaker, as well as the BT bomb. She provides heavy offense, and she's charging in, looking to deal out a ton of punishment here to Candice LeRae. Rolls out of danger, returns into the ring. One of the things that you don't typically expect out of Utami is just how much power she possesses in that small frame as she hits a massive brain buster, bridging into the pin, a fisherman's buster I should say. Hooking that leg as well. It was very well executed by the Japanese star. As for LeRae, she needs to bring back some of the successful things she utilized in the indies here tonight in order to pick up the W as she lands a nice Hurricane Rana. You have to think that it's going to be a quick path to the top for Utami. I'd say that she's unfortunate to be drafted over to Breakdown. Obviously, opportunities for that Ruby Belt. Something, obviously, Utami's used to is challenging for a Ruby Belt back when she was in Stardom. But a issue currently, obviously, is how packed that top of the card is for the Women's Ruby Championship. With how the belt changed hands over to big-time Becky Lynch. You've got a feeling that the likes of Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, who were both in that matchup, feel robbed that their championship opportunity was stolen from them. So they will be wanting a rematch sooner rather than later. Obviously, we did see a #1 contenders royale, which Utami and Seiya Kitawami were involved in, where it was in fact Julia Hart who won it. And now, Utami up, massive offensive maneuver there coming out from her. That's going to do a lot of work and returns LeRae to the ring, going for the cover quickly, frantically into that pin. 1, 2. Big kick out by LeRae. But it was Julia Hart who won out there as Utami's lying in wait, hooking up. LeRae brings her up top, but Candice out the back door, escapes the danger. It was going to be that massive BT bomb from Utami, but it's going to be pushed to the wayside. And LeRae's evading danger pretty well. Springboards back in, lands a frog splash crossbody. Now it's the Poison Pixie's turn to attack. Calls Utami up. Springboard once more from LeRae, but she's gone way too many times to the well, and Utami's fired up now, but caught. LeRae steps up quickly, hooks the legs up, and traps her in place. Oh, and a big stomp to the back. Cover here for Lorray. 1, 2. And a kick out from Utami keeps this matchup alive. Again, Lorray looking for a pin. This time, getting a little cheeky. Utilizing the middle rope for leverage. But now, it's all Lorray. Mrs. Gargano escaping, trapping Utami. And Hayashishita escapes the danger. The threat has been negated. And the lariat solidifies that status. Now Utami wants to punish. Fired up here. Has Lorray in a perilous position. Up top with the power bomb and down to the mat. And she's not done. A second. Why not? Bang with the third. Cover here. 1, 2. No. Somehow, Candice kicks out. Lorray surviving that symphony of power bombs. And this is just that brutal strength that Utami possesses. Tries to follow it up, but Candice evades it. Up, over, Code Red. It's Code Red on the Red Queen. It's a fitting sort of maneuver. Utami evades the follow-up from Lorray. Follows it up with a massive lariat. Reversal of the whip sends Utami flying down towards the electronic barricades. And Candice is keeping the punishment up. Kitchen sink from Utami connects and she is deadlifting Lorray up. Oh, big time offensive maneuver yet again on the outside from Utami. It's what she utilized earlier to go for that frantic pin attempt. Returns to the ring, going for the cover once more. Lorray down. 1, 2, 3. Victory earned by the Red Queen. As we take a look at the replays, as we see the first attempt at it, it just pops her around and drives her head first into the floor. Not the prettiest of landings for Lorray. Lorray had her chances, including this flurry of offense, quickly stomping the head of Utami into the mat. And then, as soon as that happened, Mrs. Gargano escape was locked in. Cinched in but not tight enough as Utami kicked out and then delivered more offense. A massive win here for Utami. We'll see if she can keep that momentum rolling. For now, let's move over to our next bout. Well, the land of opportunity keeps on giving. A chance here for Brooks Jensen to make a splash. And immediately my thirst for
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Radburn, Alabama, weighing in at 250 pounds, Brooks Jensen.
Was to for some reason say saddle up based on the start of his theme, but we don't need to do that just yet. Jensen looking to kick off his career here in IPW. He's been given a chance. Prove his skills. But I have a feeling those skills are gonna be tested pretty heavily. Because as soon as you'll hear this, you know he is in for a world of hurt. Forging his new path in the new era. He is conquering all in front of him. And Jensen, you're about to bow down to the ruler.
And his opponent from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 310 pounds, Oba Femi.
Femi has set his sights on the top of IPW's Emerald Division, and let's be honest, he is a threat. He spent the early months of IPW learning, developing a taste for competition at the top, and now the ruler sets himself up to succeed. As we ready ourselves, Jensen has the chance to take down a strong foe. And these two are gonna meet in the middle, a stare down. And we're going for a little shimmy lock up to start this one up. Coral elbow gonna be transitioned into a waistlock here by Femi. Ruler utilizing his grip, his strength to apply pressure, crushing those ribs, and then transitions down to the side headlock on the mat. Constant wrenching coming out from Femi here as Jensen just gonna absorb a massive knee. Early cover from the ruler, trying to get this one done and dusted as soon as it's realistically started. Jensen isn't gonna go quietly, you feel. Lands a big thrust kick and now has the ruler down on the mat. Femi ties up once again. This time it's Jensen getting the better of the exchange, forcing Oba into the corner. But Arula not gonna back down. As soon as he can, he's gonna fire off a shot, but he's caught. No, Jensen caught, trying to go downtown with Femi. The ruler avoids, but Brooks gets Femi down. Early little tussle between these two, back and forth. Is Femi now? No, not going to be able to get Jensen into the corner. Nice comeback maneuver from Brook as he gets Femi into a pinning predicament. Able to kick out at one is the ruler. As we were saying, the ruler looking to launch himself into a new escapade, into a new campaign towards the top of IPW's top division on Breakdown. And we've looked at, or kind of followed Femi quite closely here on Breakdown. One of those constant stars, as that's a massive uppercut that's been in and out of the ring here on Breakdown. And one of the things that we've noted is that he is exceptionally strong, able to keep going until the end, but the results haven't backed him. If you look at how many wins he probably earned himself in 2025, you're probably looking close to single digits in very much a double digits amount of matches. It'd be certainly interesting to pull some stats on IPW Stars. Who has the best win rate overall in IPW versus total matches actually had? That's a stat that would require me some time to break down overall. Right now, though, Femi looking to write that stat, make it a completely different thing in 2026, as he's got Jensen trapped in the corner. Oba firing back, but caught now with a combo by Brooke Jensen. He's going to put Femi in the corner, but nobody puts Baby in the corner, and Femi up and just gonna border toss him. Get a nice look at the chest of Brooks, because that body was launched into the canvas. The Rulers finding his footing, but Brooks is not backing down from a difficult challenge. Puts Femi in the corner, this time gonna scoop him up, but not gonna slam in DDT that's gonna result in a bloody ending for Brooks Jensen. Busted up and then a fall from grace. Cover here, and Oba has conquered his foe. Righting the wrongs. Oba launching his 2026 campaign in the new era with a W. A great way to start, and potentially a great way to build momentum. We'll have to see what Solo Sikoa lines up for him in the future, but for now, a massive W, delivering that fall from grace to earn the 3. Well, after this result, we've got 2 bouts left, and our co-main event is right around the corner. So let's get straight to it. Well, it's perfectly timed to have some fatal influence over the action. And no,
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the team of Kiana James and JC James.
they're not brand locked. Freebird rules over the women's tag team championship allows them to all compete here on Breakdown between shows. However, it's only going to be JC Jane and Kiana James competing, and there's a big reason why it's, well, this unique lineup for IPW's flagship stable. Kiana James, since War Games at Uprising, has set her sights on the women's Sapphire belt, held by a close friend, / former friend, I should say, in Julia. Well, a little tag team foray.
And their opponents, first representing the Kabuki Warriors from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Singh.
Gives us some unique opportunities. Kairi Sane looks to be partner of the champion tonight. And what a sort of ringer this is. both competing in Stardom around the same time together, and well, they've never looked back, forming a deep bond there overall. They get to work together here tonight to hopefully secure themselves a win over the threat that looms in the form of Fatal Influence. And could you imagine all 4 members of Fatal Influence holding gold? That could be a serious threat, but a beautiful madness is looking to stop it. It's not the first time they've had their sights set on this belt.
From Tokyo, Japan, the Women's Pure Wrestling Champion, Julia.
But they've never gotten this close and almost guaranteed themselves a number 1 contendership bout. Kiana obviously pinned Julia during that War Games match, and since that moment, she has had her sights fully set on the champ. Tonight, a chance to go back to war with Julia. Will we see the same result? A unconscious champion pinned by a fatal threat. That's what we are looking forward to. Kiana's starting this one off against Kairi. Remember, it was only Tuesday night Kiana James was in action, so she's not really coming into this bout fully fit, but she is coming in with a bit of momentum, earning a massive victory over Io Sky, taking the place of Fallon Henley in that battle. But as it stands, it's Kiana. That's what earned her the win, was that taunt. Count out W over Sky. She used her brain to pick up the win there, but right now, Kairi's using her brain to go after JC Jane. Remember, it's not just the Sapphire belt that could be in threat, I should say. Kairi, obviously, tag teaming with her Kabuki Warriors friend Asuka. There's a potential there for those two to maybe earn themselves a title opportunity against JC and Jasmine Nix. But that's a maybe rather than a guarantor. Because realistically, you need to be the one pinning JC Jane rather than pinning Kiana. James not typically known for her tag teaming action, more so singles in IPW, as nice knee slides into that shot. Again though, a big concern is that count out, as we're reaching a count of 7 here and make it 8. Kairi gonna return to the ring. Stunned outside is Kiana, but she returns before the count of 10. Small package, trying to steal it. With Kairi obviously taunting. Kind of gives the opportunity back to Kiana to go on the offensive. Puts her in Fatal Influence territory, but not able to capitalize. JC Jane forced to watch on. And now it's bad news for Kiana, because in comes a champion, knees into the back, but Kiana's going to force some offense into Kairi before she deals with the beautiful madness. Nice Saito from the champ. Quickly, Kiana realizes she does not want to be in the ring with Julia. Remove the opportunity from her, and now the two champions get to go to battle. Roll up here, bridging into the cover is JC. Good for one, but you have to feel this offense needs to be quicker, and there's the tag that Kairi wanted. Now she gets to go to work against the tag champion. Hooks up JC. Jane out the back. Connects with a punch. Snapmare takedown. Thrust kick to follow it up. And then a senton. The champ's starting to roll. JC, we know, can deliver some heavy shots to the head as she's got the head scissors locked in. Force Kairi to break the submission hold, but Jane takes the back after escaping. Scorpion Death Drop puts down Sane, and yet it's smart by Fatal Influence. They're keeping themselves away from the opposition that they don't want to be in the ring with. Cover here for Kiana on Kairi, and not even a 1 count comes through. Second attempt at the cover, and a second no count kick out. Irish whip going to work out for James, who, as we said, victorious on Tuesday. And we look at how Fallon Henley is kind of starting to forge her new era. Obviously, a year into her championship reign now. Now after a draft, new threats posed to her championship. You've got to look at who will step up to the plate. Io Sky looks to be the next challenger. And that, honestly, is going to be a difficult matchup for the champion. The Genius of the Sky already earns a pinfall victory over her. But right now, focus is on Breakdown, and we've got our Sapphire champion battling our women's tag champion. Julia hammerlocks a big time DDT. Cover here onto Jane, who's able to kick out quite effectively at 1. Beautiful Madness starting to hook in some damage. Pump handle just explodes with the suplex. Tag made, in comes Sane, and now she gets her chance to go to work over the potential opponent in the future. Kabuki Warriors, or more importantly Oscar, watching on kind of with bated breath, hoping that Sane can earn the W here. Irish whip in favor of Kairi. Gonna put JC in the tree of Joey Lawrence. Skiwo. What's she going for here? Jane trapped, and Kairi stomps her. Massive offense there. Gonna go for the cover. A little cheeky rope push as well. Gets a 2. Jane caught off guard. Not expecting Kairi to go into a book of tricks, but splashes in the corner. And James calling for the kill. Can't connect though. Kairi missing. Jane takes the back. Side Russian leg sweep. Let's just add some insult to injury. A bunch of punches thrown into Kairi. Thane's losing the momentum now as the rock star exploding into the battle. Setting up Sane once again. And she charges in, this time hitting that senton. The cannonball connecting. Jane realizes the position she's in. Controlling the tempo. Keeping Kairi at bay. Brings in Kiana, but James cannot follow it up, and now caught Alabama slam from Sane. A beautiful setup to bring in the beautiful madness. Julia maybe getting out of dodge quite quickly. Possibly looking to tag out to Kyrie once again, but now caught powerbomb from Kiana. Arm smash gonna connect that elbow. Not gonna be beneficial to James. However, a backdrop will be. And Fatal Influence, we've seen them, I think, thrive off each other. Kiana, however, the only one really that's not found the same success as her cohort. With Nyx and JC having a very successful title reign as tag champions. In fact, impressive W's over the likes of the Bella Twins. That impressive tag match. They've not really been forced into defending those belts too often, but I believe that an opportunity may be in the pipelines for a team after Turmoil. If not before then, at Turmoil. We shall see, but that Turmoil card certainly heating up with the two massive 30-person Turmoil gauntlets. You kind of look at it at the other championship bouts that will be taking place that are forged over draft week already. You've got Julia Hart versus Becky Lynch. You've got Mr. Iguana versus Abyss. That confirmed on Tuesday night in a surprising result matchup of the week contender as well. Nice stunner there by Kyrie, catching Kiana off guard, but also on the card, Hurricane versus Drew McIntyre. As well as, I tell a lie, that's not happening at the card. But there is that chance for it. Is already confirmed the Prospect Cup winner of Grande Americana will be going after Drew's championship. He guaranteed himself that #1 contendership. But the Hurricane gets the next shot after. That's what's confused me. I'm just reading it. And then, obviously, Cody Rhodes versus Bret Hart. As that's a massive brainbuster from the champion onto the other champ. It's almost night-night time for JC, it seems. Julia, ever the opportunist, brings in Kyrie Sane. Drops the elbow. Kyrie gonna go for the cover here. Obviously, JC absorbed the punishment from that massive brainbuster. But Julia trying to get Kyrie the tag opportunity. Drops the elbow. Does Sane. Who's now looking to lock it in. The anchor applied. Has Jane trapped in the middle of the ring. Will the champion be forced to tap? It's close to it, but no. Picks the ankle, does JC, forcing Kyrie down into the floor. And now, the tag champion may be a little bit more irate. Maybe looking to end it. Send Sane into fatal territory. But not gonna tag out is JC. Instead, around the world, arm drag takedown. And there's the tag. In comes James. He's lying in wait, looking to strike. The punch caught. That's usually a precursor to the 401k, but not gonna come through. Instead, it's a bunch of shoulder tackles in the corner. And Kyrie's in perfect position for Jane to charge in. Cannonball once more. Cover here for Jane. JC looking to earn the W and gets it. Fatal Influence earn a massive W here. And they're forcing the referee out the ring. Oh no! Kiana going after the champion. Forces her out. And JC, exclamation point, stomping away at Kyrie. There's no chance for the Kabuki Warriors, it seems. But Fatal Influence earned the W here tonight. Well, we've reached our main event. And it's another tag match, if you can believe it.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 486 pounds, Akira Tozawa and Otis, the Alpha Academy.
This one with a lot more at stake. The winner goes to Turmoil, gets the shot at the Tag Team Championship. The loser leaves with nothing. In a surprise result that happened in the underground, we held 2 Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Eliminators. Somehow, it was the Alpha Academy that won out in that matchup. But their opponents weren't a shock winner. As the Outlaws earned the W in their Fatal 4-Way.
You damn right.
Of course, Mr. Ass wearing that amazing crop top. And
It's that D-O-double-G.
I don't even need to do his intro. He does it for himself. The Road Dogg. We're gonna go to work. Main event, Tornado Tag Team Rules. No DQ, no countouts. It's coming at you thick and fast now.
Cut the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly brings to you the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaw. And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Great entrance, great intro. And the Outlaws set to compete right now. Just to take stock of the shock result, Big Man Gregathy issues for the bell. The Street Profits, American Made, and New Catch Republic all lost out to Alpha Academy. Not really the result people expected. As for the Outlaws, they took the W against Pretty Deadly, the Headbangers, and Thraxium. Tonight, one of these two teams will lock in their spot at Turmoil, and in all honesty, people would say the Outlaws probably have the best chance of doing that. However, as the results have shown, multiple Poison Ranas is one hell of a drug that can realistically upset the tone of a match. And Akira Tozawa has been utilizing that move to great effect to pick up the W's for the Alpha Academy. Now, Gunn utilizing his famouser to also earn a W. He's going to work. Realizing the situation's no DQ, that kendo stick's a massive weapon. However, an even bigger weapon, it seems, is Gunn's ability to drop Otis on his head and bust him open. Springboard moonsault attempted there by the dog, but the knees come up from Akira. Just gonna dissuade that offense. Both Outlaws landing that little jab onto Otis. But Gunn now has a bigger jab in his hand. And it's gonna, not be cracked into Akira, that kendo. Gonna be knocked out of his hand. Tozawa returning to the ring with his partner down. It's time for the Road Dogg to strike with a chair. But again, the weaponry isn't working out for the Outlaws just yet. They keep getting dislodged out their hands. Otis catching the dog, big clubbing blow to the back. Gunn forced out the ring. Akira chasing him down. Meanwhile, Otis sends Road Dogg running into a pop-up. Powerbomb position, but Road Dogg escapes it. And the Outlaws have the offensive advantage now. Jesse James lying in wait. Hooks him up. Pump handle slam from the Road Dogg into the cover. 1, 2, 3. The expected result came into fruition tonight, it seems, as the Road Dogg, one and done on Otis, nets the W. A big W at that. Just lies in wait, catches Otis out, obviously missing that pop-up powerbomb prior. Pump handle slam comes through, cover here. 1, 2, 3.
Here are your winners, the Road Dogg Jesse James and Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws.
And the Outlaws set themselves a date with 3D at Turmoil. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I hope you enjoyed this New Era episode of Breakdown. I will see you IPW Underground this weekend. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking